Thank you for tuning in, sports family. Also, go to all social media platforms. Link will be in the description. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Thank you. Hey, welcome to another episode of Matchmakers, man. We got a guest. We got a guest on here. We're gonna bring him on, and then we're gonna allow him to introduce himself. But yeah, man, we definitely need to get some of this potion, from Coach, man, to see what he been cooking up, man, and how he been dealing with being underrated as a team. So without further ado, we're gonna bring him on. Coach, what's up, man? How you doing? Go ahead and introduce yourself. Let them know what team that you coach.
I'm blessed, man. How you doing? I'm Coach Barley, uh, CBE president, CBE head coach of 12U and 7U.
All right. So when he say CBE, he means Cincinnati Bearcat Elite for 12U and 7U. So Coach, man, y'all had a very good game, right? I don't think many people had you guys winning that game, right? So what was
Yes,
the
sir.
mindset that y'all had before going in? What was the preparation like?
I mean, for us, it was everything on the line. You know, we we had a very important coach pass away earlier in the season, right before we started. So RIP Coach Frank, long live Coach Frank. It's a guy that that he was that coach that brings 7 kids to practice. And
Mm.
he passed away. In the beginning of the season, it was rocky. And with finishing second in nationals, we were like, what are we missing? And so we went back to the lab. We worked real hard, and we were prepared for the season. We probably got the hardest 12U schedule out, and because we didn't duck any smoke, and we was ready to just run into the fire. And then unfortunately Coach Frank passed, and the beginning of the season was rough. Getting used to adjusting, not having a defensive line coach, not having somebody for me personally, he was my guy that always kept my mental right. I always would ask me questions that I needed to be asked in the course of the game to be able to call the defensive plays that I needed to call. So it was rough in the beginning and dealing with middle school. Um, so we kind of let all the kids go to play middle school, and we had to come together, but it was all or nothing. I mean, to come out to finish second at nationals and then turn around and lose 3 games, close games, straight out the gate. We lost one by 2 in overtime. We lost another by 6. Um, for us, it was all or nothing, man. I'll
Mm-hmm.
be honest with you. My opening speech to the kids was, "Hey, man, this round one of nationals. We got to put our face back on the map. Middle school ball done. Y'all got to let these kids know that y'all here to stay, and we here to play. And this for Coach Frank. And we got to show up. We got to show up. We can't lose 4 games and then beg people. I'm very realistic with my kids. I don't sugarcoat nothing for them. If we lost because we lost, we lost. But if we win because we're supposed to win, we got to do what we got to do."
Hey man, dang man, that's a lot to unpack, Coach. That's a heartfelt introduction. But I mean, obviously, the kids responded, to that. Especially when I seen you guys play against District Height, and they was ranked number 4, and
Right,
I didn't even see that you guys were even in the ranking. So I looked
right.
at it. I was like, okay, well, this must be a team that plays hard, but they don't really have a chance at winning because also nobody else had you guys winning. So I'm like, okay, well, this is going to be one of them games that it's good for a video, but we expecting District Height to win. And then when I seen that you guys were still getting dressed And when it was almost time to play, I'm like, man, these cats ain't even ready. But once I seen that ball get kicked and y'all started, running the ball and start, basically imposing y'all will, I say, you know what? I think this team might win. Everybody, including, teams like Louisville Chargers, they gave District Height the utmost respect. So I'm thinking that, okay, they might win this game or whatever. But then when I seen you guys play, I seen the heart of number 21. I seen that you guys had number 8 that nobody want to tackle for the whole game. And
Yeah.
no, I'm serious, because that kid, man, he has some, not only speed, he got some real weight on him, in a very healthy way. And I seen when they tackled him, if they couldn't get him by the legs, they didn't want to go straight up with him. So I was like, man, if this cat continue to, play the way he's playing, they have a great chance at winning. And I really thought that y'all were the dominant team. I thought y'all was the supposed, like, if I literally didn't know about the ranking system, I would have thought that you guys were District Height and that they were, the Cincinnati Bearcats.
Correct.
But yeah, man, I definitely enjoyed the game. I like the way, number 21, the man plays like he's already in the league. He got the moves. If he continued to perfect that, I definitely think that we would be seeing him on the highest stage, and stuff like that. So but what do you guys feel about not even being ranked? Does that even matter to y'all, or you just play game by game?
I mean, for me, what I teach our kids is that rankings mean nothing if you don't show up to play. If you don't do what you're supposed to do, then the ranking means nothing. And when somebody puts out a ranking, instead of crying about a ranking, it's so funny because I just made a Facebook post about my 7U. Is that a lot of guys are gonna scream and cry about rankings, but if you're not ranked or somebody puts you at 15 and you feel like somebody else is one, you just got to get yourself in a position to be in a room with one. And then when you're in a position to be in a room with one or two or three or four, you got to show that you the man. You don't always have to be one or two or three or four. You just, when you get in a position and you in a situation to be in a room with one, you got to show, or two or three or four or five, you got to show, yeah, you should have put me up there. So many people mistake that opportunity as they feel like, oh man, they didn't rank me, so I'm not good enough. Nah, go get in the room with him. And when you get in the room with that top dog, that they say the top dog, and you do what we did this weekend, I respect District Heights. I truly do. I think they're an amazing team. But I knew we were better, and I knew our preparation would be better, and I knew that they didn't take us seriously, and we were gonna show them. Because I mean, honestly, I'm not even from Cincinnati. I'm not from Ohio. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. I'm a boot boy. Uh, but one thing, even I did it when I first moved here. I never respected the athletes that come out of Ohio, and they got some nice ones.
Mm-hmm.
And you just got to be in the same conversation. I got a son. My son is number 28 for Ohio State. You know,
Okay.
he just started running back. Um, he didn't start last week because he was sick, but he played. I mean, I think he had like 50 yards, but like I mean, at the end of the day, man, you just got to put yourself in the conversation.
All right, coach. So we gonna go just over this game just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? To say what I was saying. So like as you can see, right? I'm not sure if you can see yet, right? We getting ready to pull it up, but there, you can see it now.
There
You can
it
see it now.
is.
All right. So go back a little bit. Go back a little bit. when he first ran it. Go back, but no, go back more, a little more. All right. So right here, when I saw this play, to me, this had already set the tone. When when he ran the ball and I seen it like back to back, right? I say
Yep.
they not gonna be able to stop this kid. He's gonna be able to impose his will because not only can he run like juke and all that other type of stuff, but the kid also has power. So I said, oh man, this kid is like an Adrian Peterson type player where he could just bulldoze
That's
you.
what I call him.
Yeah, yeah, he's an Adrian Peterson type player. So when I look at him, I'm like, they're not going to stop him because when he runs the ball, he literally pick up speed like this. You see what I'm saying? As opposed to other players, they have to, run a little bit more to pick up speed. Even though you
Fact.
guys didn't score in this possession, I still felt to me that you guys were the dominant ones because of that type of play. The very first play that they had, it was a sack. Then this type of play, they didn't really get much of anything. So I thought that off the back, with number 52, kind of pushing them, that it was already frustration amongst the other team. So I was just looking, I was like, man, I gotta get this coach on because for some reason, man, like these kids, man, they responded very well. And like I say, man, they didn't even have a chance to even really get ready and prepared to really warm up like that, on the sideline because they were trying to, get dressed and stuff like that. So what are some of the things that you tell them, right, outside of them experiencing a tragic loss? What are some things that you tell them to keep them motivated in these type of games?
I mean, that was the message before the game. I feel like I got a leg up in these situations, being from New Orleans, um, being a Saints fan, watching them deal with Hurricane Ida, not being home for a month, talking to my mom, talking to my family, you know, and that was the adversity that we had. We uh we rented a big Airbnb down there that had like 12 rooms. We had all the kids together. We fed them breakfast. We're getting ready to leave. And then it says, oh, it's an accident on the highway. So it was just like, it was typical. It's been this season. It was like, what do you do in the face of adversity? Like,
Mm-hmm.
we got kids walking in. We didn't even have a warm up. We didn't go over offense. We didn't go over defense. But when it was all said and done, we came out victorious, and I felt like we dominated the game. We watched a lot of film. We mentally prepared ourselves for the situation in the moment. We didn't disrespect them and not prepare for them. You can actually hear me on the film screaming a lot. Film work, film work, film work, because it's important, and it's part of the game that a lot of people don't do. It's part of the game that a lot of people frown on. It's like, oh man, that guy was at my game with a camcorder. But at the end of the day, when you get to high school, they share film. When you get to college, they share film. They even got crews that go to record it. When you get to every level of the game, film is so important, and we were mentally, physically, and visually prepared for them. And I think that they just thought, man, this is a team that, like, who is Cincinnati? And so at the end of the game, it was amazing because I was able to tell my kids. Now this was with a rough week of practice because it rained all week in Cincinnati, and we had one indoor practice. And then I said, you know, imagine what we'll do when we're locked in now that junior high is coming to an end. But also, Usilis Porter he's a problem. He AP. And any Adrian Peterson guy, Adrian Peterson had a problem with fumbling, and that's him because they always fight for that extra yard. That's my
Mhm.
son at Ohio State. Always fighting for that extra yard. So he's younger, he fumbled a lot, and it's just teaching him ball security. Because turnovers in the beginning of the year was a big part of our record.
Hey, and that's amazing that you was talking about the filming, coach, because I think not on last episode, but the last week. That was an amazing catch too. Hey, coach, what I thought there was some questionable calls that actually happened, that I thought that should account, but you guys end up scoring anyway. It was like probably like 3rd and 30 or something like that. And then that's when I believe that he caught that touchdown. But I just thought that, it was a lot of nitpicking on certain calls and stuff like that. And whenever you guys got a flow, then there was a call to kind of, bring y'all that brought y'all back maybe about 10 yards and stuff like that. And I really thought that it was the type of calls that could have been, basically not called at all. And I thought
Correct.
there was a lot of nitpicking on just on one end of the aspect, you know what I'm saying? One end of the spectrum. So for y'all to actually still pull this game off, I was very impressed because I thought, far as with penalties, I want to say, it had to be at least a 70-30 type of, call, far as on their side, and I just thought that you guys did very well to stay poised and continue to play the game that the way that it was supposed to be played.
That's
And
my
also, I
job.
seen that there were a couple of plays that you guys were also a little bit lucky on, with which is number one, dropping the ball for that end zone.
Oh
Y'all didn't
man,
give
he
them that.
saved our life on that.
Yes, y'all didn't give them no more of those opportunities after that. But I thought that was one of the man. This is my guy right here, man. This cat, look, he knew he was supposed to be gone. But now I seen that, like, from that moment, y'all got tight on defense. Y'all start being stingy on the defensive aspect. And so what was something that you told them, during halftime, after experiencing that play that almost cost y'all, that potentially could have cost y'all the game?
Honestly, it was coaching. It was it was talking to my coaches, explaining to my coaches that uh our mentality becomes their mentality,
Mm-hmm.
and that we were struggling with the adversity of the referees and the home cooking, all the way down to when they kicked the field goal. So we play NCAA rules,
Mm-hmm.
and we know that they've played NCAA rules. So when they kicked the field goal, they said that it was worth 2 points. And even though we passed it in, they said that it was 1 point. So I was like confused because I was like, man, this is a national game. So I was like, I went to the head ref and I said, hey, we play NCAA rules. So why do we have 7? And they said, no, we're playing AYF rules. So I was confused and I was a little irritated. And I said, hey, man, you sent me an email with everything that you wanted me to have in order. But what you didn't send me is that we were playing AYFL rules. And what you didn't send me was AYFL rules because I have no idea what they are because I never played AYFL. So
Mm-hmm.
it definitely was some home cooking. But that's what we used to. We've always had that here and there. I mean, everybody doesn't do it. Now, I'm not gonna say like everywhere you go, you get home cooking, but and then that's coaching. My coaches, I had to get them under control because they were angry and they were yelling at the ref, and I had to try to explain to them, you don't you do not attract bees with horse poop. You got to be
Mm-hmm.
honey. So,
Right, right,
it was just
absolutely.
coaching the coaches, man, and trying to keep our mindset good. I felt like at halftime we had that speech and made them adjustments. And I'm the defensive coordinator, and I knew I'm that that's my thing. I knew what they were gonna do. Even on that play that he dropped, I called that play out. I try to let my kids read and react because I learned as a coach you have to let them play and I just tell them where it's going because you played at a high level and you know where it's going. You gotta calm down and let them read and react. And it was my safety peeking in the backfield, trying to be selfish. He read it wrong, and we fixed it.
Yeah, so you say that you allow them to um, you know, look at film. Like how often do y'all look at film? How
Uh,
often do y'all study?
we dedicate a whole day to practice to film, but we also promote it when we on the road. So that morning, so we watch film. We watch film that what day was that? Was that a Wednesday?
Yeah.
We watched film that Wednesday. We watched nothing but their film. Uh, we watched a little of ours against the Louisville Jags. Saw where we were in not in position, and we called everybody out in film. But then when we got to Virginia, we watched film that night before the game, and because it was a later game, when they woke up that morning, they watched it on their own, and so I asked them questions about what they saw, and so we were pretty prepared. We feel like District Heights is an amazing team, um, but my kids, they locked in. If you are if you one or two or three dimensional, we gonna get you. You gotta be, you gotta show a different look with that same play. You gotta show like six different looks out that same play to confuse us. But if you watch the film, you predictable, we gonna get you. We're gonna be in the right place. Even on the
Yeah.
touchdown that District Heights got, we the kids were out there screaming it, but two kids on that side didn't play it properly, and they took a bad angle and they scored. But that's football.
Yeah, absolutely. And the one thing that I liked about what you said, Coach, is how like, and that's why I'm keep bringing up the filming. See, that's important because I feel like that's preparation for the next phase, right? Like even though some are playing for middle school, right? What's important also is that they understand how to read, read the film and read plays and stuff like that for when they get to the high school level because sometimes
Right.
coaches may not know everything or may not see everything. You have to be that extra eyes, extra ears when you're on the field. So when they understand that, if they see a certain defense and know how to react to that defense, that says a lot about the coaches. Because like I said, I brought this up and I said that, sometimes, man, when parents seek out a coach, right? The coaches have to prepare them for the next phase. They're not going to be with them forever, So when they go to the next phase, most likely, if they being taught and shown what they supposed to, the coaches are very happy and impressed because they like, okay, that's less work that I have to spend less time I have to spend on this kid because he
Correct.
knows everything. I can take that time and work on his skills, work on making this person a better player as opposed to just teaching them how to read defenses and teaching them other aspects. So when coaches teach the players how to actually read the defense and offenses and stuff like that, I'm very happy because now I know that they're very prepared. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the things that I definitely wanted to highlight that you said. So where do you think this win put y'all now that y'all beat a team that was ranked in the top 5?
I mean, I feel like it should put us back where we belong. And if they don't see fit, I don't care. At the end of the day, we're gonna keep playing, we're gonna keep working, and we just gonna take our respect. That's the mentality we have. You can put us at 15, and we fine with it. Uh, we gonna go beat up on everybody. You just gonna make me go get on the road again. Lauderhill is an amazing team. We beat them this year. Uh, District Heights, an amazing team. We beat them. Southfield is an amazing team. Lost by 2 in overtime. That was questionable. It was some home cooking going on there. Um, all our games that we did lose, SRT, we lost by 1 touchdown. we played them. They just came off of playing their spring football season, 10 games in. That was our first game out the gate. We lost by a touchdown. We lost by 6. Uh, man, we deserve to be in the top 10. I mean, you could if the YNC only take 8 teams, put us at 8. We fine with it. We'll
Mm-hmm.
play Chargers first round. We don't care. Or
Mm-hmm.
put us at 7, wherever you want to put us. We don't care. You put out a list, we gonna beat it up. That's the way we look at it.
So are you in so y'all in the YNC? So do y'all go off Generation X rankings?
Yeah, so we not right now. We not in the Generation X rankings. We not in the SEAL rankings. We not in any ranking actually. Like last year,
Uh,
we finished second. We were everybody quote unquote dark horse. Um, but at the end of the day, man, just invite us to the tournament and we gonna show you what we do. That's just the mentality we have.
hey,
We ready to
what
fight. We
if
ready to play. We don't care who it is. We actually even tried to play Louisville Chargers, but unfortunately they wound up getting COVID, and then I had a funeral to go to, and then we wound up playing somebody else, and we won Jack Boys. That's what it was.
well,
Um,
coach, I don't know about y'all schedule, but Louisville Chargers coach told me to tell coaches, right, that for the next 3 weeks, they're available. I had him on here yesterday. He told me to tell them if whoever want that smoke for the next 3 weeks, they are open, but they got to come down to where they at because they not traveling right now. So I'm putting that out there. You know what I'm saying? You might want to get a coach a call because I actually tried to set it up. Me and my other co-host to where they come out here and they played ABA because they couldn't play
okay,
Tucker because Tucker had a game scheduled already. So we wanted them to play ABA. So Louisville Chargers coach wanted me to tell all the coaches, including ABA coach, that they are available for the next 3 weeks, and y'all have to come out there. So if you want the smoke, coach, go, reach out, go ahead, you know what I'm saying, make that call. And I think that'd be a great game because what I was about to say is that when I look at similarities, you guys remind me of ABA. I don't think y'all get y'all just due because I think honestly ABA should be in the top 5. I believe that, but
right.
but they're not. You know what I'm saying? And I say when I looked at y'all play, I said, why aren't they ranked? What is it like? What is going on here? But the good thing is that a lot of them they look at our videos and they do consider the ranking of the team. So I will also work on getting Coach Jonas on here to see how do he go about his rankings, and that way I make sure every coach tune in for that one. But I think that you guys should definitely try to reach out to play Louisville Chargers because I believe that would be a good game. That'd be a hell of a
I
game.
mean, honestly, we scheduled the game this year. We actually had them on a schedule this year. We wound up both having backouts and we filled in the spot. But then on our way down there, they wound up getting they had a COVID case. So they called and they said, "Hey man, we can't play. Um, can y'all play somebody else?" And we were like, "Yeah, whatever." And I mean, honestly, I'm not a dictator, man. This is the democracy to me. Um, but if it was my choice, I wouldn't have played them because I felt like we went there last year, and these are traveling teams. And one of the
Mm-hmm.
biggest things that I try to educate all of the new guys that's up and coming about traveling is that this is also a business, and this is financially stressful, and you have to be able to finance these trips because just going to Virginia alone, I mean, Airbnb is $2,000. You know what I'm saying? Like
Sheesh.
so you trying and then you gotta feed kids and you gotta get 18 passenger vans for children and parents that can't afford it. So it's a business trip. So like I was just more so like, hey man, Louisville need to come here because we went there last year, and we and the stands were packed. So from a business standpoint, that's I was like, hey, Louisville Chargers, get your ass here. And then they, Jew Cocky, he earned that, man. Like I don't take nothing from him, man, because
Yeah,
he love this stuff and he passionate about it.
yeah. So y'all going? They going for that three-peat. So I know y'all looking to prevent them from having that three-peat. Man, when I look at the 12U division, I just think that it's super stacked because when I name teams, right now, I'm gonna put y'all for sure in the top 10. I'm gonna put y'all at the eight. I'm gonna put y'all at the eighth spot. So I got Louisville due to the fact that they're actually the champions, right?
Facts,
So
undisputed.
there have been other teams who've been playing a lot better at the moment. You know what I'm saying? But they're hurt. So I still have to factor that in. So I got Louisville, I got Tucker, I got uh I got ABA, I have I might have to put y'all at seven. I might have to put y'all at seven. But we got what's the other team? We got I want to say East Metro. I don't know if y'all seen them play, but
Yeah, we seen him
yes,
play.
yeah, they are some good players. I would have to actually look, but
So I'm gonna say this to you: if you got any of them connections or you got any of that clout, man, invite us down on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'll play East Metro Friday, ABA Saturday, Tucker Sunday, and then go home 3-0. We with it. Like we
hold
don't care.
on. Hey, no, coach. I got the clout. So you saying you will that's tough. Cause I'm gonna just tell you this. ABA by itself, I think personally, they the hardest hitting team, 12U team in the nation. I think that personally, right? Coach, we could just try to do two.
Hey, we willing to do 2, 3, cause see, this is the thing that a lot of people don't understand. When you get to the YNC or you get to AYF, or you get the Pop One, like no disrespect to no, even D1 Nation, man. Like when you get to the nitty gritty and you get down there, you have to play back to back to back to back. Ain't no, ain't no Rudy Poops. You gotta go hard. You got to play. It's a tournament. It's
Mm,
part of that's the mistake that so many travel teams make. They like, I don't want to play two teams in one day. Like we
mm,
just played at 8. Now you want us to play at 2? Yeah, that's what it is. And then when
mm,
you go to these national tournaments, man, hell, they'll call you that morning and change the schedule on you.
mm-hmm.
Wake you up and get you out of breakfast and tell you, come on. And you got to play.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna say this, coach, and then we're gonna go to the comment section, right? We're gonna read. All right, so with me, right, I think that not ABA, but Red Dog units, 11U, right? We're gonna go to 11U. They play in a tournament. I think, one of the best tournaments so far this year, right? Warzone had a lot of good ones. Like they all had a lot of good ones, right? But it was just solely 11U. RDU played tough team after tough team after tough team after tough team. They probably played about 6 games, right, in a tournament. I believe like 6 games. They was playing like 2 games per day, right? When they played against the OG Ducks, it did not turn out well for them because OG Ducks, they were built how big them kids are. They were built for those type of moments. So when I say that, I'm saying that the fact that OG Ducks is built for that type of moment, and the RDU is pretty smaller in comparison to them. that they wasn't able to withstand as much punishment because when RDU played them, they end up having a lot of players hurt. So that's why I'm saying, like, when you play against ABA, that might have to be the last team because I feel like they literally hit the hardest. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't want them to withstand because Tucker, they hit hard. They got a kid named Pancake who is a dog. You know what I'm saying? They got a slew of players, and then you got East Metro who got a kid named Waylon. He's a dog. You know what I'm saying? And these kids, they hit hard. So I wouldn't want to see the Cincinnati Bearcats for their own health and safety play at least 3, not 3. I'd give you 2, but not 3. So I can reach.
I understand. You know, we had them on a schedule, and then I guess the league that they're in didn't permit it changed, so it didn't permit them to come to Cincinnati because they were supposed to come here. But you know, you never know because when you lose, I even had a game that I supposed to have this weekend that backed out from a team from Indianapolis, and they were like, you know, what do I gain by playing you? You know, some of these teams is political, but it's the same thing. Like I
Oh,
understand, I get it. I go through the same thing with I got the luxury of coaching 2 teams, and I go through the same thing with 7U. You know, with my 7U, you know, a lot of people they complain about rankings or they say this or they say that, but when it's time to play, like just like this weekend, we got one of the biggest, like Daryl T. Green. This man didn't work for YNC. He didn't work for AYF. He didn't work for Pop Warner. He didn't work for Generation Next. This is a guy that you want to get in front of because his name hold weight. And I can't get a 7U to play or a 12U in the tri-state area. You talking about Kentucky, Indiana, and Ohio. So now I got to play 8U with my 7U and 13U with
what?
my 12U because that's what
And your
it
and
boils
your
down
and
to.
your
Like people don't.
7U been handling business in the AU division. Man, hey, but look, coach, see, did everybody know there is a pet peeve of mine. What was the team that just backed out? Are they
Oh
ranked?
man, I got a list.
Are they back? Are they ranked?
I got a list of rankings of people
Coach.
backing out. It's political. See, that's the part that they don't talk about. You know, we have a schedule that's online. I can send you a schedule that's online that we did not play because people backed out for whatever reason, including ABA. Me and just what the brand that I'm trying to protect. If I say I'm gonna be in China, I'm gonna be in China.
Uh-huh.
I don't care what it costs. I don't care what I gotta do. If me as a man shake your hand and say, hey, I'm gonna be in China, especially this is my other pet peeve, especially when I put money in your organization. Because I'm the type of guy that'll show up to you. If you have a game this weekend, right? And you have a game, and I know that this is a fundraiser to get you out of town, I'm the type of guy that'll show up, watch 2 quarters of the game, and when they get out of hand, leave. But I paid $100 at the gate, and I'm gonna walk off
Right.
because it's for the kids.
Right.
That's why
Hey,
I'm
coach.
successful. Because when your heart pure, can't nobody knock that down.
Absolutely. Hey, coach. So, all right, we like I say, we gotta get to the comments, right? Um, but I had to say this. Everybody know I literally had a show dedicated to the people and the other coaches, organizations that pull out of games. They know I have a very big issue with that, right? Because here's my thing, here's my take on it. If you are a team that is ranked and another team that is ranked, or just another team that you know that is good and worth the rankings, call you out and you don't want to play that to secure a ranking system, you should not be ranked. You should not be allowed to be ranked. You should lose your ranking. That team that basically look to play that team should get your rankings. If you sitting up there and you ducking If you ducking,
Facts. Say what you just said.
I said they ducking.
Say what you said loud.
They ducking.
You
they
see,
ducking.
even he got that mentality. He got that mentality. Like that's what I'm saying. Like we don't, you know, it's a catch-22 because we played the schedule. Like I'll give you an example. No disrespect to the Jack boys, because I watched the game online. I was at a funeral. I didn't. I got to watch it a little bit, but the Jack boys wound up beating us. Right. The head coach and the defense coordinator was not there, and it's a game. Louisville said we got COVID. So I sent out the text, hey parents, you got the weekend off. Congratulations. You ain't got to play. So then the Jack boys say, y'all owe down because we played you at XYZ. You said you would play us again. I call my coaches. They say, I want to play. Short-handed. Don't have enough kids. I think we had, how many kids was there? Like 15? So we got like 15 kids out of 40. We say, go ahead, play. I wasn't there, we wound up losing, but we don't duck no smoke. It is what it was. We Louisville is an hour and 40 minutes from Cincinnati. Go play with what you got. We don't duck
Right.
no smoke. It's just not allowed in this organization. It's just not allowed. I
Man,
refuse. It's
that's some
football.
sad. Hey, coach, we gonna need that list though. We gonna need that list because we gonna start talking about some teams that don't need to be ranked. If you're ranked, a ranking should not secure you for a YNC bid. If you're ducking, great competition. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I would say, bro, I'm gonna work on getting Jonas up here just to see what it takes. Because you should not be, you should like if you're playing a good team, and I think this is also what plays a role. See, when teams lose, they feel like that's going to automatically take them out of the YNC, but that's not necessarily true. Because you can still win your division and win your league and still, get there, but you just gotta, just play healthy competition. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta go through the fire. You just can't
You
sit
have
there
to.
and say, you say what?
You have to. What do you teach your kids by ducking? What do you teach your kids? Like
I
like
don't
you
believe
you
in you.
you have to. It's the game of football, man. Football is football, and you got to play.
Absolutely. All right, so we're gonna go to the comment section. We start with Izzy P. Izzy P, the special guest. You said who is the special guest? All right, hey coach, go ahead, introduce yourself. Again, I think they came in late. She wanted to know who is the special guest. So this is Coach Thomas. Coach Thomas. That's the coach. All right, go to the next one. What are you doing? It's it says Nova. It says Nova Spartans best team in DMV. Have you heard of them, coach? What age?
I haven't heard of them. I love those. Okay, 12U. I've heard. The funny part when I got to District Heights, man, from walking from my car to the
Oh,
to
one
the
goal, one game.
stands, man, I heard of like 4 different teams.
He says y'all beat DH by luck.
Watch the film.
No, 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 no. Let me explain this, coach, before you go ahead and get them. Sir, I've seen it. This is one of the guys that mainly come here to support. So this is my guy right here. Bro, that wasn't luck. What I seen was pure domination. I seen that this team belonged in that arena. I seen that this team, which is why that was the reason why I actually invited coaches. I see wins and losses all the time. I seen coaches win all the time. I don't just go up and say, "Hey, coach, I want you on the show." Even though I would like to get, all coaches on the show. But the reason why I specifically went to this coach, went to Coach Thomas, was because they showed the grit, the toughness, the will, and a way, and they found a way to win the game. and it was through pure domination. I think that the score should have been worse than what it was. And that's just my honest opinion. So when you say that they beat them by luck, this is from a person who was there. And I got all the respect for District Heights Chiefs. And I know Louisville got a lot of respect for them as well. But what I seen was pure domination on the behalf of the Cincinnati Bearcats elite. So go ahead, Coach.
We held. That's the funny thing. Coach Barley, Mar in the building. What's up with my baby, man, Mar? So the crazy part was that's what I was explaining to my offensive coordinator when he was getting frustrated by the home cooking. I said, Coach, you have controlled the ball for 2 quarters. The score is 8-7, but you have dominated the time of possession. This game is over. We're about to go make our adjustments at halftime because real coaches make their adjustments at halftime. We're going to make these adjustments at halftime and get off the script and start the new script. So it's 8-7 with home cooking. We had what, 1 touchdown call back in the first half? I don't even know who they said a number that I don't even have on the team.
Yeah,
but I knew what time it was. So I was like, whatever, home cooking, this is what you got to do. Adversity, let's go get it. So we wound up winning. Hey, oh God, we didn't beat them by luck. Yeah, that's the truth. Like, so the funny part is, and when I went to halftime and I talked to the ref, he said, to the other coach from District Heights, he looked me dead in my face and he said, "You're lucky." And my answer was, "You're delusional." I see you in the second half.
Yeah.
He said, "You're lucky. Y'all lucky. Everything y'all got by luck." We drove the ball down their throat. And I said, and we dominated the time of possession. And I said, okay, if we lucky, you delusional. I'll see you in the second half, big dog. And we did what we do.
Yeah. Hey, also, man, for y'all that's new in here, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if y'all haven't already. Go to the right there. It says Baby Goat, me number 3. Can you get one of the Duluth coaches on here? Yeah, I definitely can do that. But right now we go enjoy Coach Thomas, man. And that's one of my other guys that's always in here. He said we want to go against ABA. I would love to see that matchup. Hey, Coach.
Look at my guy in the background shaking his head, and all my kids.
Coach,
like, you want to know the beautiful part about this? I didn't tell nobody. I didn't tell none of my kids I was doing this interview.
Yeah, look.
I didn't tell none of them, and look at them all fine and they're talking and ready to go, support. Man. They excited, man. They resilient. They go support, different, man. This stuff is different.
Because when I have you on again, you know what I'm saying, the platform gonna be even bigger. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing it to make sure that these babies, because we mainly interview the players. You know, make sure they have a platform so people know who they are. If they don't know, come on here, get the exposure. That's why I need y'all to, support by subscribing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we gonna subscribe, man. We definitely appreciate the opportunity, man. We love you for it. And I'm gonna make sure that all my kids watch this interview, they like and they subscribe. I'm gonna make sure that we put your name out here as well as ours, because that's our biggest thing. The one at number 3 that just spoke, he came over this year and he was actually playing up. And I told him when he came over, his biggest thing was, why should I come here? I like my brothers, and I told them, you need to play with your age, and then you need to make people remember your name. You need to put your name out here on the national stage. Because my job is to get y'all scholarships. Y'all not my first group of kids. Y'all won't be my last. I guess this is my last right here.
Hey, Coach, it sound like we having this conversation all over again. Well, when I was bringing that information up, I was saying that when a lot of parents talk to the coaches, man, y'all need to ask these questions. What is the vision for their kids? Are you trying to get them to the next level? you know,
Correct.
are you just want them to play for you and y'all want to win a championship? Like, what is your vision? Because once you
Correct.
do that and you get a feel for the coach that they're going for, you understand if they right for you or not. You know, so I
I
think
tell my
that
kids all the time, like when I first started coaching, back when I was playing in the league, I used to think that man, I'm gonna coach this team. I'm gonna have all my kids go to the same high school. I'm gonna have all my kids do this, and this, and that. And then I had to realize, like, you know, the decision is what's best for each child, not just two or three. What's best for each child? If I have a kid on my team that's a 4-star receiver, why would I send him to a high school that predominantly runs the ball? He's
mm,
not gonna get any catches. He gonna wind up
mm,
blocking, and he gonna
yeah,
wind up getting left behind. And I had to learn that. If I have a power running back that can hit the holes in between the tackle, get you 3 to 5 yards a pop, and he killing that hole, why would I send him to a team that run the spread? It don't make
mm,
sense. It's
make all
not
the
what's best
sense.
for them. That's the part that these parents lack is and that's part of parent training too. That's what we do. Train these parents, send your kid where he needs to be. If I got a pass rushing defensive end, I know who he is. I know he can't close the gap. I know he ain't gonna attack the outside shoulder and close that gap. I know he ain't gonna chip that tight end. He ain't worrying about getting nothing but getting upfield. But that's who he is
Mm,
as a person. He a
right.
third down pass rusher. When it's 3rd and 10, it's 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, he coming up the field. He getting skinny. He getting around that corner, getting around that edge, trying to get that sack. That's who he is. That's the school he need to be at. People who do that. We're gonna utilize that.
All right, go to the next comment. Click that one. Yeah. He says, you think FU 12, you still got a chance at the ship. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Last year, this was 7U. This was for state though. The College Park Rams, if y'all haven't heard of them, College Park Rams started off 0-4 and won the whole state. So yes, I do think that FU still has a chance, but it's up to their whole personnel. Is FU gonna hang their head, right now, or are they gonna, pick themselves up by the bootstraps and and go to war when it's time to go to war on the field? Like, are you gonna look at the fact that you don't have your quarterback? Are y'all gonna make the proper adjustments? That's what it's about. It's really about the coaching. Could the coach put y'all in the right place at the right time, and prepare you for these type of games that you guys have? That's the questions that y'all need to ask. Not whether or not that you have a chance at a ship, because you still have other games that can be played to get to the ship. So, yes, absolutely, you got a chance, you know. But what would you say to that, coach?
I agree with what you said. It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. It's about you adjusting and making the proper decisions for each kid to get better and putting them in positions to where they're gonna be great. Not where they're gonna be good, where they're gonna be great. And that's a hard task. Sometimes you might take a, a a nose tackle and realize, like, man, you just not a nose tackle, man. You need to play at D tackle, and you need to control this gap, and you need to close this gap, and you need to do what you need to do. You a 3 technique guy, or a 4 technique guy, 2 technique guy. It's about identifying what they really are and putting them in that position. And sometimes that takes the season. That takes 6, 7 games for you to realize and stop being stubborn and believe in that kid. And I agree. College Park made those adjustments. And they came forward. I was
Yeah.
proud of them for it.
We gonna go down the line to see what, because like I said, we always have Louisville in the building, coming to support. So we're gonna read their response in a second. We're gonna go down in order though. All right, go to the next one. It says, we still the best team. This is Ryan Hill. We still the best team in Georgia. We don't have our QB till next week. So I think, honestly, I do still think that ABA is one of the top 2 teams, in that league, them and Tucker. So, and the top 3 to me is ABA, Tucker, ABA, and EMS, East Metro Steelers. So those are the top three to me. I did have FU at 4 at one point, but they lost to RDU. So now I got to put RDU at 4. Go to the next one. Yeah, you already know. Hey, this is my guy. So prepare, coach. Prepare. He says, just come to Louisville and feel the real. So he played for the Louisville Charger. He says, wait till we get back. 100% FU gonna shock the world. And then he says, call FU head coach, line it up. So they want that smoke with y'all too, coach.
That's what's up.
He said Louisville Charger 12U. And then I think
we know who you are, Dominique, man. Chargers. Yeah, we know you that guy, man. You the guy screaming, man.
I hate that.
He says,
that's the one team that I never play is I play everybody you name except for FU.
Except for FU?
Yeah,
I think y'all want to wait though. I think y'all want to wait because they ain't got their quarterback. He says he's not talking about we ducking. That what that what Dominique said.
Nah, it wasn't a matter. It wasn't a matter of y'all ducking. It wasn't a matter of y'all ducking. Y'all got COVID. It's cool. I mean, we wasn't ducking neither. We was coming to yo. We was coming to Louisville against my wishes. Because I mean, from a business standpoint, I ain't want to go. Because I was like, I'm cocky too. I'm just as cocky as the next man. I feel like we just as good as anybody. So I felt like, hell, we put money in your pocket. Now we didn't put money in your pocket twice. Come put some money in our pocket. We got flights to pay for too, baby. That's the way I looked at it.
He says Charger versus FU. I thought that game was canceled. They said FU pulled out of that game. He said murder was the case. CBE would beat both of y'all. That he's like I'm for real. We goated like that.
Talk to him, baby.
I fought with CBE the long way.
We rock with you too.
Yeah, so he giving y'all the respect. So Chargers cold for real.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you. So I gotta shout out Coach Ju, man. I gotta say, Coach Ju. So I'm a delegator, right? Like I stay in my lane. So like I don't even handle the schedule. So shout out to Coach Nelly, Coach Georgia. Nelly, he handles the schedule. And when people call me, I give them his number and I say, hey man, I don't handle the schedule. Holla at my brother. And they get confused and they be like, man, ain't you the man, I ain't gotta be the guy in front of the videos, man. I don't handle schedule. Holla at my brother. So when my brother called me, he said, man, I hollered at Ju. And Ju told me, man, we beat y'all. We beat y'all like 60 to nothing in the last 2 games, man. What point do we got to come down there? And I was mad, but I felt it.
Right.
So like I can't wait to play it, man. I can't wait to play the Chargers, man. But it ain't no rush on my part. I feel like we're gonna be 1 or 2 again. It's a Midwest showdown. But he gotta see it.
You saying
he'll remember.
So you saying for sure 7U. You saying that y'all was going y'all went second place, right? Was it YNC?
Yep.
Okay, second place, and then y'all lost to who? Was that the hold on? What team was that one that y'all lost to?
So my 12U lost to the Chargers. That was the only game they lost all year. Like what a lot of people don't know is last year the only games that we ever lost was to the Chargers. We lost to the Chargers twice. We lost to them in the regular season, and we lost to them at YNC for 12U. For 7U, we wound up that was an experience. That's when coaching 2 teams came and bit me in the ass. I was coaching. I coached defense for both, and I was coaching on 2 fields next to each other, and I was running back and forth. What? And I wound up winning with 12U, and I lost with 7U. and I lost to
Man.
Bessemer in OT and double
What?
OT. So
Oh
I was
wow.
like running in between fields during possessions, man. Shout out to YNC, man. They hooked me up or put me next to each other. But the times you just couldn't fight it. And that's when it bit me in the ass. I'm praying they don't bite me in my ass twice. But if it do this year, all my 7U parents, they're gonna be mad, but they got a long way to go, 12U. You know, we only got a couple years left, man. And these kids going to high school, so I got to
Yeah,
stay
that's
with
what
the
I was gonna
12.
say, Coach. I was gonna say if it was that same scenario, you just gonna go for the 12U.
You see him smiling because he
Yeah,
because he
and
felt
who
the
is
way too, but he ain't
introduce my guy, man. We gonna have him on. We gonna have him
introduce
on.
yourself, big dog.
Go ahead, man.
My name
Introduce
is Brandon
yourself.
Thomas.
This my honey badger, man. This my middle linebacker. This also my special team ace, man. Vander Thomas, you know, my middle kid, the one of the ones I do it for.
Yeah. So how long have you been playing?
Uh, 8 years.
8. Whoo. Hey, I know, Coach. I know you had him in the room, looking at film all the time.
Hey, this the film guru, man. You know, this one of the things. He my biggest example about playing 12U ball. You know, I have highly successful children. You know, and they all grow the same rate, which is weird. But you know, my biggest challenge with him is he's been so dominant since he was 4. But then we got to, you know, where puberty hit and he wasn't growing like my other ones. And that's just the thing. Like all my kids, my one at Ohio State, when he was this age, he was a little pudgy, little small, a little slow. And then eighth, ninth grade year, it's like boom. And that's the pattern of my kids. The same one. I got one that's about to sign at Notre Dame, and he a corner for Elder. It's a nice Catholic school here in Cincinnati. Um, Same thing, man. When he was 12, he was smaller, he was slower, he didn't hit puberty yet. Then that eighth grade year, that mustache came and it was showtime.
Man, that dope. Hey, so when you look at the field, are you the general? Are you the person that get players, to react in the right positions and stuff like that? Like
Most
if you see
definitely
something,
on offense and defense. I'm
yeah,
the I'm the I'm the dude that if I ain't at work or I ain't at practice and I ain't got nothing to do, I ain't going to no club. I ain't
uh,
going to play the game. Um, I take enjoyment. And look, it's funny right here. I'm in my bedroom and I got her right here. You hear me? This is my baby. You know, I got a couple of these. We watch it. We watch the YouTubes. We watch it different angles. I watch everything on slow motion. Cause slow motion don't lie. When you're in
uh,
that slow motion, you can't talk about what you did or what you
yeah,
didn't
you
do.
missed that
We
tackle.
watch it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, accountability. So that's what I'm hearing from you, coach.
That eye in the
Accountability.
sky don't lie, baby.
So,
It don't
hey, coach,
lie.
I
If you
know
was
I
supposed to
know it
play
gets
inside shade or outside shade, or you bit on a nine, you try to jam me, you missed the whole nine, man. We watching
yeah.
it. You know, we ain't know, and we all in the same room. You can't lie to that eye in the sky. You could, but I feel like it's accountability for coaches as well, because
Mhm.
it's times that in real time, I thought that person did something wrong, and I yelled at them till the cows came home. But then we watched it in film, and I had to apologize as a man because the film don't lie. Film gonna show you, especially when you
Hey,
got
do
that bird's eye view.
do you feel like coach be harder on you? Because do you feel like he feel like you be harder on him than the rest of the players? Yes.
Yeah,
Why?
because
Because I mean, go
he's
ahead.
my dad, so
Yeah.
he pushed me harder and better what I can be.
Yeah, cause what is it? Cause he feel like he get a chance to study with you a lot more than the rest of the players.
Yeah,
Yeah, now I can see that being the case because if he has more time to spend with you and y'all going over it a lot more, yeah, you should be able to retain it. A lot faster than the rest of the players because y'all going over it more. So I can see that why. I can see why, but how do you feel when that happens? Like, is it one of those things where it motivates you to go want to hit a player even harder? Like how does it motivate you on the football field?
It make me feel like I did something wrong. So when I do something wrong, I usually tend to get angry. So when I get angry, I just want to go hit a player,
Oh
and
yeah,
then
see that's the
so
right
he can shut
aggression.
up and stop talking.
That's the right aggression. See, that's why we doing it. Hey, coach. The other thing that I liked it when I went out there, man, they really let the kids play. Out here in Georgia, man, they've been throwing flags when you celebrate. If you say something, they throw flags. I mean, it just got soft out here. But when they was out there, the kids was doing a little swimming thing, and the ref, was allowing them to basically express themselves. Because I think on a football field, when a player do something good, that's the time where they get the expression out. They're not out there knocking nobody out, knocking nobody over or anything like that. That's the time where they can celebrate, for something that they did good. But a lot of times, man, these officials, bro, they be taking it like to the extreme. Oh man, you got to put your stuff up. You got to put your back pad
Your
up. You
back
can't
plate
let
up.
it.
They want you
You
to cover
can't
the
do
back
this. You
plate up
can't.
that you pay that money for.
Yeah, exactly. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't do like, bro, what can they do? You want these kids to look like be robots on the football field? Like, come on, man. This is the time for them to express themselves, get their aggression out. So when they go home, they're a little they're a little tired. You feel me? And they go about their day. You feel me? Do y'all complain about some of these kids out here? They ain't got nothing constructive to do. But what about the ones who do? You tell them they can't celebrate because they did something good. Like, I don't agree with that, but let's go to the comment section, coach, because I don't want to have you too much longer. But I do like reading all the comments, that people take the time to, create and make. So go ahead. He said, on God, he's like, tell them to show me.
Yeah.
He said, did you see the way we lost? Yeah, Carter, man. We talked about that. You was saying you felt like y'all was cheated against RDU, right? He said he really was down. He said, on God, that's how we lost this on
Yeah,
Southfield.
we
Like,
lost to Southfield. We scored that 2-point conversion, but we had a lightning delay, and it was like they had that look in their eyes, like, man, I'm not going to no third OT.
what?
Yeah, they was over it. Like the refs was over it. It was hot that day. We had scored. We was in double OT. This was the third OT. We scored, put the ball over the line on that side. We watched it on film. They even fumbled on theirs, but you could tell and see that's part of getting your kids ready is that when adversity comes, you shouldn't even let it get to that point. Because that's always my excuse. When people say,
Right.
like when my kids complained about Southfield loss, and they was like, Coach, I scored. And Coach, they did score they too. I said, you should have never left it in his hands. If you knock him
Right.
out early, then you ain't got to
Right.
worry about that.
Absolutely.
We put
Absolutely.
ourselves in this position. Don't put
Dominique
yourself in
said,
a position, then you ain't got no time to cry about nothing.
Alan Harper said, we're a new team now, but it's gonna be a good game.
That's number 3, man. That's that he ain't playing no game. Look at your brother. He said,
Brother number
yeah, my
7.
baby's on here, man. That's live, man. I
He
love it.
said, who does Coach Barley coach for? It's for he probably knew. Noah. It's for the Cincinnati Bearcats Elite, a team that I'm pretty sure is going to be in the rankings come the next list. I'm pretty sure of that. We'll go next one. It says CBE 12U and 7U. Cincinnati Bearcat Elite. Yep, that's
Gang.
it. All right, cool. But yeah, coach, man, just let everybody know, man, why they should be, focusing and paying attention to your organization and what you bring in, to the kids that play, for your team.
Man,
Far
just
as
just
yeah,
just
go
stay
ahead.
tuned, man. You know, these kids, they working their butt off, man. You know, we tell them where to be, what to do, what to eat, what type of rest to get. But at the end of the day, they the ones that got to do it. They the athletes, man. We just coaches, man, and we just mentors. We trying to keep kids off street. So, shout out to CBE as an organization. Shout out to 7U. Shout out to 8U Money Team for Trojan Black. Shout out to 9U Money 9U Hellcats Trojan Black. Um 9U CBE. Uh 12U CBE, 13U CBE. Man, we just trying to put on for the nation, for nationals. And shout out to 7U Bomb Squad, Trojan Black, my bad, in Princeton, 7U. I want to just make sure I pay homage to the guys who give me problems. Because they're important too. They got the formula. We just gotta help them, push them over that hill, man. We just here, man. We gonna work hard. We gonna show everybody that Ohio got some good football that y'all should pay attention to.
Absolutely. All right, coach. So I definitely appreciate you coming on. I definitely appreciate your time, and I would also be looking, forward to seeing you guys again. I'm gonna try to make it. I don't know if y'all gonna play Louisville, but if so, I definitely would try to make that game. I think that it'll be a great game, and also I'm gonna have to ask this for the last time. Y'all want the ABA smoke? Because I'm gonna call the coach.
Hey, we want it, man. We want it. You know, we the game was scheduled. They canceled. We didn't cancel. We
You
we we had the game scheduled. It was on the schedule. I'm gonna send you the schedule when I get off the phone with you, and I'm gonna show you how many people duck because it's a political game. And I'm not saying they duck because I don't handle the schedule, But I'm a I'm gonna send you the schedule and I'm gonna show you how many holes we had to fill. And I mean Louisville go through the same thing, man. When you good, if they ain't ducking you or they ain't talking about you, then you ain't doing it right. If they ain't hating you, ain't doing nothing right.
Hey, coach, he said Alan Harper says, click on that one. Nah, the last one. He said, let me come on here. I'm a coach. Hey, what he say? ABA don't want smoke. Hey, coach, man, you could have came on. That's why I was saying, like, when I was saying, like, you could have brought another player, like, we could have sent them a link. They could have been on here as well. But, for the next time, we'll make sure that we'll send. Just let me know all the players that you want me to send a link. So if it'll be yourself, then you'll send me two other players
Okay.
that can hop on the link. So all four of us will be on there,
Okay, that's
and
what's
and
up. That's
talk.
what's up. I'm
Yeah,
gonna get him on here, man. He a leader. He he one of the kids, like I told him when he first started, man. Man, you an amazing player, man. I'm gonna get your physical and your mental together, and then you gonna make them remember your name. They're gonna always remember your name. Make them know
absolutely.
who you are.
All right, they said who you got, RDU or CP Rams 10U. I got RDU for that game. So yeah, so that's that. But man, thank y'all for tuning in. Like I said, subscribe to the channel if y'all haven't already. We building the community. The community is for y'all. So as long as we grow, y'all grow. So that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I take the time to create this platform for you guys. All you just got to do is show me that it's worth my time. For me to continue to build it for y'all. Because if not, you know what I'm saying? Look, I don't know. But at the
We
end,
appreciate you, man. Shout out to you and everything y'all doing, man. Because without y'all, we ain't nothing, man. And that's why we doing it, man, to get these kids national exposure. And you part of
absolutely.
the reason these kids get these scholarships, man. And you part of the reason these kids excited. They up watching your show right now. They could be out trying to trap and get it packed. So salute to you too,
Absolutely.
brother. We appreciate you for it.
I appreciate you, coach. But thank y'all for tuning in. We out. Thank you for tuning in, sports family. Also, go to all social media platforms. Link will be in the description. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Thank you.